if you love pretty things, you're going to love Hunkydory's latest kit, and it is a luxury card kit, and it's called Antique Chic, all things pretty.
It makes lots of cards, including a gatefold stamp card, an ornate frame card, and a dressing table, which is really unique.
As a matter of fact, it makes over 28 cards, so that can't be wrong. Come play with us. Now, as you may expect, this is going to be soft colors, so very light color palette. It's called Antique Chic. I'm holding my hand here because I want to show you. Look at that pile of stuff.
It's a nice big thick stack.
There's even ribbons, as you can see in the back. But there is an inspiration sheet. Not only are there ideas, but there are instructions, which is so handy when you're doing these unique cards that you've kind of never seen. And you mentioned the three of them, the ornate frame, the stamp, and the
dressing table, which really isn't a card, but it's a really unique gift.
Right. So let's show you how this comes together. For the
gatefold stamp card.
Right. They're the 4 card bases, if you will.
Right. They are scored. They're ready to fold, and they have little die cut areas that you want to pop out before you use.
Okay. And then for the artwork, this too is die cut. Now, foiling, or the pearl foiling is what's been used. And let me see if I can.
It's a beautiful pearlized technique. It's covering the artwork so that you've got this shimmery pearlized layer. Now, on other Hunkydory kits, you're going to see that foil, but the foil isn't see-through. The pearlized look is.
Right. So it's just giving a sheen, just a beautiful glow. You can really see it on those birds as I wiggle them.
It's really unique. It's just beautiful.
And these, as always, are die cut. You can see the artwork that is going to be going through this. Now, the second style
which is the ornate frame.
Okay.
It's an ornate frame with an easel. Actually.
Right. It has got a special, a little technique to it. So, and you can make 4 of each styles in 4 different colors. And then the easels are all right here, and they're going to pop right out. And there's extra artwork and messages and greetings.
Like always with Hunkydory.
Yeah, as always, we've come to expect.
And then the dressing table.
Yes. And as you can really see that pearl luster there as it's going.
And some great looks here. And there are 4 of these as well. You'll need a full sheet for each one of the stands, plus a base, which we're going to come to in a moment.
Right. Oh, there's okay.
They come out so easy, as you see.
And these are the bases,
these are the bases,
right? Okay.
Right.
And there'll be 4 here, as you can see. And then we have a plethora of die cuts. In fact, in total, if you total all of them, it'd be 220.
Yeah, right.
And this one, you had a comment about this.
This is kind of a unique, interesting thing. We did not use this in the way I think they intended. They called it antique wraps right here. And what you have are 2 pieces that oppose like that. I have here.
You have them somewhere.
Here. I just want to show you. They go across from each other like this, and I believe the intention, because it is scored right here, that you're going to fold these back right along those score lines and place one on each side of your card so that they'll open up like a gatefold.
Right.
And that's just a really beautiful look. We didn't do that with a card, but I thought that was a really unique thing.
They did them on a scrapbook page, but we'll show you that later. So
or something like that.
Yeah, then you have all of these die cuts, just beautiful ones.
It's beautiful ephemera. I love that the teacups, there's masculine and feminine looks.
Which is all so nice. We've got messages and greetings and a nice size.
Too. I mean, a whole sheet of messages and greetings.
And as I go through these, then we have some of the adorable scoreable. Now these 8 sheets also have that pearl. So,
you're going to see that somewhere on there on the border, maybe just a little bit on the artwork. I love the Eiffel Tower on there. This is my favorite. I love that.
You like that?
Well, I like teacups. That's beautiful.
Very pretty. And there's some cameos against the roses. We've got a border along the bottom.
So lots of florals. You see lots of text work in the background. Very vintagey postmarks.
So we've got 8, as I said, with the pearl. And then we should be coming up right now. We're into the 8 that are just printed. And again, this is on the adorable scoreable. The 8 printed is different artwork than the 8 that have the pearl on them.
And what's great about these, they're large enough you could make 4 cards out of some of these, or you could just use them for little hints of color. Or you could even do 2 out of each one of these and make large cards.
Now this is paper. This is double-sided paper. And this is an interesting thing because this isn't usually included. And there are 8 of these.
So that's kind of nice to put that on the inside of a card. Make a nice colored background.
Right.
It's beautiful.
I think I lied. I think there are 4 of them. I don't think there are 8.
There are 4.
Yes.
There are 4 of the double-sided paper sheets.
And then there are 8 envelopes and then the cream ribbon. So
so 36 inches of that ribbon.
Okay.
And the envelopes fit the shaped cards, the 2 shaped cards that we talked about.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay, got to get these out of the way.
Usually
Let's get the
that's what they do.
projects.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, this is the stamp, gatefold card. Let's get it right, Paulette.
There we go.
Okay, and this is a smaller card, as you can see as I'm holding it in my hands, but the gatefold goes like this, and so you're just gluing it onto the left-hand side, of course. And this has kind of not kind of, a layered look, so you can see that that's been foam taped on top.
Right, but also this has been treated with some diamond ice stickles, so that little sparkle that you see there doesn't come on the Hunkydory, but it's easy to put a little extra sparkle on there.
Actually, that's a good thing to remember because you could do that on a lot of the pieces.
On anything, yeah. Because the pearl is beautiful and it's shiny, but just a little extra spark kind of goes a long way.
And then you can do whatever you want on the inside.
But I wanted to just briefly show you that base. And that base that you see, it looks like this. And I just want to mention that when you do this, first you're going to pop out all of these little pieces here. And I'll just do that on one side. I'm going to do all of them on one side. There. It is already scored right along there. So all you have to do is fold it. So then when you do fold it, you've got that stamped edge, and you'll do that on both sides, and then you'll have that stamped edge on both sides for your gatefold.
Now this is the ornate frame with a stand. So the stand is separate. Remember, those were all on one sheet. And while it's true that we just couldn't stop ourselves from adding some dazzles, this also has kind of a nice surprise. There's that ribbon again, and when I pull it up, that's going to reveal the message on the inside, which is already all part of the package. So very nice. Just
briefly, I want to show you how that card is accomplished. You've got this frame here. You've got this backing piece that's going to create sort of a 3D raised up effect. You start with the frame and you pop out the center. And then it's sort of up to you what you want to do with these pieces. You can use them to decorate the tag. Because I have the tag here, it's actually got a hole punched at the top, so you just pop that out. And you can use this to foam tape on there or whatever you like, so that'll be the tag, and then put the little ribbon at the top. But with the frame, you want that sitting on this part. Well, this part has scored right along the edges here, and on all of those score lines, the top, the bottom, and the sides, you're going to valley fold, both of them. So they're going to end up like this, and I already have ultra tape on there. And I don't think that I'll take the time to peel it off. I think you understand. I put ultra tape on this side, you pull off the ultra tape, and then you just want to center the frame over it, and it's going to get taped right there.
So that makes a pocket.
Right,
to hold
so it makes a pocket, and then, as you see with the card, then the tag just gets slipped into the top of it.
And this is where we added the silver jewel dazzles. We also added the silver thin line.
Right, it just fits perfectly with that, I thought.
So you can see that.
I love that little watch. That's just one of my favorites, the little pocket watch, and you just add some of those dazzles. But what's great is that when you pull out that tag, then you've got that message in there, and you can decorate back in there too.
And there's enough room, as you can see, that Gail did 2 layers of foam tape. So that's nice. I mean, you can really add the dimension to this. So.
Sure, and then you've got the easel, which you just pop it out. It's scored. You can see right down the center. You just fold it like that, and then it's just set right on there.
And if you want to add a little jewel touch, there's the silver jewel dazzles and the thin lines.
And that stands up that ornate frame very nicely.
Just easily done. And I appreciate the fact that it's printed on the back, that it is complete.
So if it's sitting on somebody's table or whatever.
It's going to look good. Now, this is the card that's not a card. This
the dressing table.
The dressing table. So it is a stand-up piece. And it has this drawer, which I think is very fun, all decorated on the inside.
And you could put a little treat in there for somebody, or even jewelry, which is kind of cute.
Right. And of course, we couldn't help but to add the pearls and the ribbons,
Right.
which are not part of the kit
Right.
in this particular case. But how does this go together?
Well, it starts with this base.
And that's just one piece. That was on one of the sheets.
It's on one of the sheets. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that for the back. And then I'm also going to have this piece, which will make the drawer.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with this, and the first thing you do is pop out the artwork. Now, you can use this somewhere else. It's not necessary for this, so there you go. There's an extra card that you can use to embellish with that.
That always surprises me.
There is another piece of artwork that's going to be used, but for right now, for what we're doing, we're going to pop that out. We're going to pop out this piece. And then we're going to start folding this up. And
So that's an extra piece too, huh?
That's an extra piece.
Okay.
Okay, we can use that as a tag somewhere.
We can.
No problem.
We can.
And we're going to start folding. It is scored, and we're going to fold it here.
So that valley fold.
And you're going to fold all of these pieces up. I actually think I would start here because on these tabs, they are scored, and you're going to fold in each one of these little tabs, like so. There, and there, and there. So on the side, you've got all of these little tabs folded up. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. All the little tabs, and this is going to create the base of the dressing table. And then this one too, fold that up. What's the only thing I don't like about this is all this beautiful artwork. You're not going to see it. It all gets covered up. But it's double-sided, so you see it on the other side.
Okay.
So we fold this in. Now we've got these folded in like this. Now they are scored, so you can fold it here. And when you do that, put ultra tape, tape on each one of these tabs, all of the little tabs with the angled edges, ultra tape on all of those. And you start by just sort of folding that up. It's going to get taped there, folding it up again. It's going to tape there, and then you fold up. This will all be taped, so it won't do that. This will fold up on the back, so then it looks like that. Now I've got one that I already did.
Voila.
Like so.
Okay.
So once you're done with that, you have this opening right here. And you want something to put in there, that will be the drawer. So this piece is the drawer. And again, you just start folding in, and actually it's going to be, let me think. Yeah, you fold these little side tabs in first, and then you put ultra tape just on those little rounded pieces on this side, because you're going to fold them in like so. There we go. There and there, and then you just fold the end caps on, and they close that up.
And that hides those tabs.
Like that. So there is the drawer, which I have completed.
Okay.
And you want to be able to pull that drawer in and out, so you need a pull, and that's where these two pieces come in.
They've thought of everything.
This piece, when you pop it out very closely, you can see there are little slots. There's a slot right there. Kind of hard to see. And a slot right there. But this little, if I can pick it up, this little drawer pull, which is scored right here, that's going to go through one slot, like so. Just right to that part.
So that really gets secured.
Right. You're going to tape that on the back.
Right.
Then you sort of bend this around a little bit. Use your finger to sort of bend it into a curve and pop the other one through this side. When you're done, it's like that, and I have taped it on the back.
Okay, and then that's going to go.
That just gets glued to the front of that drawer, and then it's ready to place in
sliding
here.
in.
Yeah, once that's taped on, that'll slide in there.
Right.
Just like that. The last thing that you have to do, I'm going to leave that out for the moment, is the back. And on the back piece, this is great because you can put to and from. That'll be on the back of it. So you want to turn it over and fold all along these scored lines, just like this. When you're done folding all of those in, it's going to look like this. So you'll have like a little box that all the sides are folded in on. There's the to and from back there.
Nice.
Then you take one of the artwork pictures, tape it on there, and this will all get ultra taped along those tabs onto the back of the dresser. So it actually, when you do that onto the back, I think it's going to be even. Yes, it's going to be even with the base at the bottom. And then that picture will be seen through there, and you'll have that nice little drawer.
Gorgeous. So you have, and then if you choose to add pearls and ribbons, you can, or not, as you choose. and just a beautiful look. I love the 3D that's going on. And this is a nice example of how those extra little pieces and greetings can come in handy. And
you can just put them anywhere. You could even put a little greeting on the inside of that drawer when it pulls out if you like.
There you go. I appreciate that everything is finished. That's really nice.
That's wonderful. So that's a nice little gift, and there are 4 of those that you can create, the dressing table.
So those are the 3 kind of specialty things. Now you've got all of those extra die cuts. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Well, how about this?
I love this. With that nice little, we talked about that antique wrap, they called it, and it was used on the top of this card to secure it.
So just popping that up, it was held in place with one of the greetings. And you can see just a little bit of collaging gone on. So this bird is part of the artwork. That's flat. But this little tag was added as well as this was foam taped.
And this is all that pearlized look. And there you can see it a little bit. See that? It's beautiful in person.
It really is. And then on the inside, now this is using one of the adorable scoreable pieces.
And then just some of the tags and the little ephemera pieces, die cuts.
Thinking of you, jewel dazzles. So very nice to have that. And I appreciate it tucking under because that just really holds it nicely, but gives some dimension also.
That's a cute look.
So nice way. Now, we've taken the sidestep card and used some of the pieces. So it's just nice that you can do these specialty things, but you can also play with some other elements.
And you can use what's in the kit, or you can add to it if you like. That's what I like about the sidestep card. You can use the paper patterns that come with the die cuts.
Right. Now, you can use this as, I think everyone knows, we have the die cut cards or we have the templates, so whichever way you choose to do it.
And then use the paper patterns on the adorable scoreable to cut it just to the right size and add whatever ephemera or die cuts on there. I love all of the sentiments.
And fun to have that background paper to coordinate with the focals. Life is a journey, and you hold the map. Birthday wishes.
Right, and that's what makes it easy. That everything goes together. Oh, excuse me. It's simple to pop out and to mix and match.
And just beautifully done. Now we do have a scrapbook page for you, and here it is. And
beautiful.
Okay, that's why you kind of made a noise when I said that we were using the wrap on the scrapbook page. Obviously, we didn't. I was mistaken. We used it on a card.
It was on the card, but that's all right. Although you could have done it on here and tucked a little greeting underneath.
And probably should have. But anyway, but look at how these die cuts, just what a beautiful look they add to this page.
And this is great for collaging. You can see all of the die cuts just stacked and layered with some petaloo flowers, a little bit of the ribbon that comes with the kit. Just beautiful.
And Katie is 8 years old.
Oh, there's the doily. Yeah, the doily back there, which matches perfectly.
Isn't that pretty? So just little groupings of them is just so nice. And I appreciate that we are also able to use the adorable scoreable paper. As we back up a little bit, you can see that this cardstock, which is not feminine and pretty, it's just a craft color, but we've got the paper going, the stripes going horizontally.
Going this way. And then you've got that adorable scoreable cardstock. And that's just a full piece here and a full piece there. And it doesn't have to completely cover your page. Right.
It just is a kind of a framework for what you're doing, and everything, of course, is supporting that gorgeous photo. Beautifully done. So, and with the adorable scoreable, this is actually just a perfect example, especially with the luxury card kits, is you get so many pieces, you can do so many things. So we've got scrapbook pages, we've got specialty cards,
ornate frames, we have a dressing table. What else do you want? And it's such a great kit. And it's just beautiful. The artwork, the vintage look.
Yes, and I think this never goes out of style.
Oh, no.
Pretty and feminine always works. And thank you, Hunkydory.
See you next time.